Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our public forum. Thank you for your work and commitment to help realize a world where no one is left behind, whether in disaster or emergency situations or in development as a whole. My name is Daniela Bass, and I am the Director of the Division for Social Policy and Development in the Department of Economic and Social Affairs at the United Nations Secretariat in New York. Our work in the Department of Economic and Social Affairs and in this division focuses on social inclusion and development for all. To achieve this goal, we work closely with governments, the United Nations system, the civil society, and the private sector, as well as with academic institutions and, of course, other stakeholders for improved policy development and implementation, as well as monitoring and evaluation of our activities. Social inclusion and sustainable development. Well, these are two sides of the same coin. Without meaningful inclusion of all social groups as agents and beneficiaries of development, sustainability cannot be achieved. Persons with disabilities are among those who are often left out, on the margins of the society. As the focal point on disability for the United Nations system here in DESA, hosted by the division I lead, we work to promote the implementation of the international norms and standards relating to disability. Together, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and the outcome document of the high-level meeting of the United Nations General Assembly on Disability and Development, which was held in 2013, well, all of this serves as a blueprint for our work for persons with disability. Our efforts emphasize the mainstreaming of disability in development processes, including in the ongoing work towards a post-2015 development framework that will be adopted by the United Nations General Assembly later this year. Our discussion here today seeks to concretize this emphasis in a very specific element of development policy: disaster risk reduction. Persons with disabilities, when compared to the general population, face higher risks in disaster and emergency situations and are disproportionately impacted by them. Available data reveals that the mortality rate of persons with disabilities in many disaster situations is 2 to 4 times higher than that of non-disabled population. So, in the planning and implementation of disaster risk reduction strategies, let us benefit from the experience and expertise of persons with disabilities in these processes. Often overlooked, persons with disabilities are a unique resource of knowledge and experience that is essential to help reduce the risk of disasters and build resilient societies and communities. So, today's public forum is expected to draw out concrete recommendations toward disability-inclusive disaster risk reduction as a contribution to the implementation of the Hyogo Framework of Action number 2 as an integral part of the larger post-2015 development agenda. So this forum, let's keep in mind, has to also review and assess the effectiveness of existing policies and programs, as well as highlight the progress made and the lessons learned for the advancement of a disability-inclusive risk reduction strategy at local, national, regional, and international levels. And I call on you all to work with us to mainstream the inclusion of persons with disabilities in all aspects of society and development, and to enable the inclusion of the perspectives, knowledge, and experience of persons with disabilities in disaster risk reduction efforts. After all, a barrier-free environment goes a long way to ensure full and equal participation in society by all, regardless of age, gender, or ability. By fully including persons with disabilities in disaster risk reduction, we will facilitate the building of resilient communities. Such inclusion saves lives. I wish you a successful and productive discussion, and thank you.